I tell you this, if success was just a joyride, there would be far more successful people. There's a reason that not many people achieve what they want to do and live the lives they really want to do, because it requires, hard work is one thing, but it requires you to conquer yourself. You are the only one stopping yourself from doing whatever the hell it is that you want to do. There will always be excuses. You can always point fingers at someone else and say someone else has it better. At the end of the day, it's you who chooses to watch TV, to watch YouTube, to browse Facebook when you know you should be doing something else. Close those browsers. Turn the TV off. Go do something that you normally wouldn't. Start leading an unusual life. Don't fall into your patterns, your lazy habit. You gotta keep breaking the pattern, the routines, keeping things on the edge, changing your surroundings, always kind of like figuring out how to resist that urge to just like settle down and sit your ass down and lay down on the couch and just mindlessly watch Netflix.
That's so important in this life. This life doesn't have enough of that. There's not enough struggle. You don't get to know yourself without struggle. You don't get to know your boundaries unless you push them. You don't get to know who you are really unless you're tested.
If you sacrifice and make the sacrifices each day, then you'll see the gains, man. It's all about a mindset. It's all about sacrificing and being willing to go through what it takes, And when I say that, I'm talking about discipline, the desire, the determination, the dedication.
Don't be lazy. You're not going to go far in life if you choose not to practice.
If you have discipline, if you have willpower, the more you use them, the stronger they get.
You're spectacular. You're all capable of being world beaters. You transform yourself into something that's articulated and sensible and grounded in history and knowledgeable and wise, man. You can do anything you want, and hopefully anything you want for good.
Ask yourself, how bad do you want to try living an extraordinary life? You have one shot. Why not give it your all? Why not fight that urge not to, take the risk, not to do the things that you feel uncomfortable with doing? It's the only way forward. You've done, do it for yourself. You have to understand that nobody gives a shit about what you do with your life. And I don't mean this in a rude way. Someone sees my success, they'll be like, they'll forget about it in a few seconds and start thinking about their own problems again. That's how the world works. Everybody's kind of centered around themselves. So you gotta find the energy every single day to do it for yourself, not for the rest of the world, because they don't care. Everybody else is focused on their own problems and their own life. They'll give you a little bit of attention, but they'll go right back to their own.
And along your journey in becoming great at anything, you're gonna have these curves appear over and over and over again. But you have to keep in mind, guys, things are the hardest right before they get better. Things are the most frustrating right before they get better. Things are the worst right before they get better. And it's hard to remember that when you're going through it. It's hard to remember that when you owe every single creditor, when your wife or husband's yelling at you for spending too much time at work, or too much time in the weight room, or too much time on this or that or whatever. It's hard to remember that things are going to get better, but they are, and this is part of the process. And all of us go through these little curves. We all do it. And guys, it's the ones who understand that things are going to improve and keep focused on the end result that make it through these curves. When you start focusing on how bad everything and how frustrated you are and how angry you are and how tough it is really easy to talk yourself into quitting. But when you keep in mind why you started, when you keep in mind what your goals are, when you keep in mind what it is you're trying to accomplish, and you keep those things, at the forefront of your brain, written down everywhere you see anything, and you think about them and focus on them a day in and day out basis, guys, your chances of making it through these frustration curves increases tremendously. So learn how to control your focus, learn how to think about what the end result is, learn how to use the natural momentum and energy you have to accelerate the process of learning, but also know that the grind and the grit and the toughest, darkest parts of any journey are right before shit gets fun.
Listen, you're watching this video now. If you're feeling lazy or demotivated, go do something. Go for a run. Go do something that you typically wouldn't do, and see the little emotions that start following that kind of action when you break through. That is what success is fighting against those instincts of taking it easy and living a comfortable life. Success is a difficult choice, and it's not like you achieve it and then it's easy. No, I fight myself every single day. I feel that's what life is all about, is figuring out how to battle those lazy kind of instincts of just taking it easy, chilling, and realizing that achieving and experiencing the most beautiful things in life requires you going upstream and not just flowing mindlessly downstream.
When you feel like giving up, don't. When you're thinking about giving up, don't. When it look like you ain't gonna make it, keep going. When they tell you you can't, come on, man, who are they?